Hello and welcome to this demo on UiPath process mining. In this video, I'll show you how to upload data to your process mining app using C Data Sync. As a first step, we'll have to create a process mining app where we then upload the data to. So let's get started. As you can see, I'm already logged into my process mining environment and I can start creating the app. As an app template, I'll select the custom process because my input data fits the format of this app template. I'll give it a name and a description. Then we have to select which data source we want to use. And since we want to use C Data Sync, we can select that we want to upload data, selecting an extract. Here we can review the details and everything looks fine. We can finish creating the app. Here are two important URIs that we have to save for our configuration in CData. So for this video, I'm just going to copy and paste them into Notepad so that I can find them back later. Now that we have done that, we can say finish. Here we can now see that the app was created, but it is waiting for data. So let's get on with our CData Sync configuration. I switched the machine where C Data Sync is installed and also my source data that I want to upload to my process mining app is located here. Here you can see the three files that I want to upload for this demo. We are working with CSV files here. Your data could also be located directly to one of your source system also like Salesforce or ServiceNow, but we are using CSV right now. I'm logged into Data Sync and can start my configuration. First, we have to create some connections. Tell CData where our data is located and from where it should upload it. Source connection are located here and it has many options. CData has many options like ServiceNow, Salesforce, but we will use CSV here. So let's select that option. And we have to give our connection a name and we have to provide the URI for where our data is located. For that, I switch back to and simply copy the URL from here. Then I paste it in here. We also have to specify that our connection type is local because the CSV files are located on the same machine as the C data is installed on. And now we still have to make some configuration, and these configuration can also be found in UiPath's documentation. First, we have to see that the FMT settings are set to the correct delimiter. In our case, CSV delimiter is correct. And as our data is separated by commas, we have to make some other configurations. So we have to set the exclude file extensions to true to make sure that the file extensions of CSV are not included in our table. Under schema, we have to set the type of detection scheme to none. And under data formatting, we set the push empty values as null to true. These are the configurations that we need to make. So we can go and say create and test now. It was successfully saved and we didn't get an error. So we can move on now to next connection. So we'll go back to connection screen and we'll configure the destination connection, basically the place where we want to upload our data to. And for process mining in the automation cloud, this is always an Azure Blob Storage. So on this one, we will click here and give a name. For details below, we'll go to the URI that we saved and we'll split the URI in a way that we can fill the account and container in the Azure Shared Access signature. Here on the screen, you can see how you're supposed to split the URI. More information is in UiPath's official documentation. Now that it is all filled in, we can make our last configuration in the advanced tab. We'll set the insert mode to single file and the include column headers to true. And then we can also here say create and test. And also this one is also successfully saved. We have to create a job now that picks up the data from our source connection and pushes it into destination connection. So for that, let's switch back to jobs menu and say create job. We'll give it a job again and name again. And our source connection is CSV. It is already correctly selected. And also our destination, the Azure Blob destination that we just created is select it. For this app template, we will click on task and add, but for certain app templates, it may also be required to create a custom query and using the replication queries from your app template. Now at the next step, we can go to advanced settings and select the drop table settings. We'll also enable parallel processing and we'll set up to 3, and also always make sure that the replicate interval and the interval unit are set to resulting period or equal or larger than the extraction period. For example, if you want to extract data for a period of a year, the replicate interval and replicate interval unit must reflect at least a year's period. For this demo, these settings are fine, so we can save and change, save the changes, and last but not the least, our process mining app receives the data. It knows that the data upload is finished and can start transforming. We are doing this by configuring the post job event. So in this section, we copy a snippet of code from our official documentation of UiPath, and all that we have to do is to replace it with the end of our upload API that we copied when we created our app. Now, when we upload our data, upload is finished, the API call will start and it will make sure that the process mining is started. Now that changes are saved, we are done with the configuration and we can go back to our job and run it. And now you can see that the job completed successfully, and you can also see the numbers of records affected. If we now switch back to the process mining app, you can see that it has received the data and it has started transforming. And the transformation have finished successfully, and we can open our app. As you can see, the data has been uploaded here, and this brings us to the end of our demo, where we showed how to upload data using CData Sync on example of uploading CSV data to your process mining app of UiPath. For uploading data from different sources system, please consult UiPath official documentation or contact us. Thank you.